I have been very busy today. I've not had a chance to get any lunch, and it is 4. So I bought some cashews at the CVS.
So you're
Munch
just
on
gonna
those.
munch in our ears,
Yeah.
in our ear holes.
I'll be in. This is about to blow your mind hole. Yeah. You don't get that reference because it's from How I Met Your Mother. So.
Well,
It is beautiful today.
yeah, it's great here too.
Good God, it's gorgeous.
I'm gonna open the blinds.
I am in my closet office.
Do you not have windows?
No. I'm the only office on the entire floor that doesn't have a window.
I think you told me that.
Yeah, I don't mind though. It's fine. It's the biggest office except for the department directors though.
Here, I will send you a picture of my view. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a busy road, but beyond the road, it's pretty nice.
Here, wait. Do that. I'll be right back. Are you texting it to me, or are you sending it to me as a link?
Texting.
Okay.
I am paging Ron.
My photos automatically sync to my Dropbox. So I can send an URL of my view to you. I just have to grab it out of my Dropbox. Isn't the future wonderful?
Greetings.
Hello,
Greetings, sir.
The future is wonderful.
Came
And
in at
yet,
the right time.
Everything bothers me about it. It's like, oh, the future's great, except for everything about it.
Is this the first time that I've actually heard Carter speak other than listening to the podcast?
I don't know.
I
You
think
two
it
figure
is.
that
I
out.
think it is.
Is my sound decent or terrible?
Are you on a laptop?
Yes.
You have
The headset.
power
You're going to
plugged
eventually
in.
have to unplug your power.
Okay.
This is a thing that we have discovered.
You're buzzing.
Oh, really?
Your
Am I
your
buzzing now?
quality sounds great though.
You're not buzzing now, so you can keep it plugged in when we chat, but when we actually record,
Okay.
you'll have to take it out. Yeah. Are you? Curiosity's sake, are you on a Mac or PC?
PC.
Okay.
Okay, so it's universal.
Remember when we asked? So Ron, we had this problem in early podcasts, and we were like asked people like, "Hey, what's going on?" And no one said anything for weeks, and then we discovered it, and then this guy, Bob Byler, was like, "Oh yeah, I could have told you that." And I'm like, "Why didn't
Then why
you?"
didn't you speak up?
I'm about to send an image of my view. I'm gonna put it in the Skype chat. Sean and I were just talking about our views.
Currently?
Yes.
Or just in general?
Maybe both.
I can show you my view. I can take a picture.
That's what I did.
We'll discuss our worldviews next.
Yeah. So, Ron, have you seen Captain America? Have you seen the new Captain America?
No, I am interested, even though I really wasn't too interested in the last one.
Really?
No. But this one I hear everybody's raving, so.
Well, you say 3 Days of the Condor, and I'm down for it.
Yeah, I think I need to go back and rewatch the first one.
You should. The first Cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it.
Is it on Netflix still?
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, it was last week anyway. It might be gone now.
Could be gone now.
So should I open my window and take a picture of what's outside? Is that what you guys really wanted to see?
If I showed you, yeah, exactly. If I showed you, like, this is what I'm looking at, it would be 2 monitors.
The view that I texted to each of you is the actual view that I have right now. I'm not embellishing anything. If I look out the window, that's what I see.
That's a really cool house across the street from you.
It is a farmhouse that is 125 years old-ish.
Is that where the Patriots had their government for a day in Lancaster?
No, that would be further in the city. But this house was like the landowners for this entire area. My house is sitting on what used to be a travel path between this house and the lime quarry, which is like right behind my house, which is now filled in with water, and there's about 500 geese in it at all times.
Ew, geese are the worst. I hate geese.
I don't have to deal with them because they usually stay back there.
They're so mean.
I did not know they were back there, and I was walking back there like the first week we lived here, and I could hear them as I was approaching. I was like, oh, I think it's geese. And I came up over the hill, and there's just hundreds of them, and they all stopped. And I was like, oh my God.
Right, with the beady little shark eyes.
Right, I just like ran away. I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Okay. So what I'm thinking this is going to be is probably about like a quarter or a third little interview, you talking about what you do online in terms of like making videos and Minecraft. And then the back, 2/3 or so is going to be just kind of an open conversation about creativity and how you like turn your ideas into something. And then I really like where I want it to kind of land. We'll just see. Hopefully, it naturally goes there. Is on how you deal with bottlenecks and how you deal with like stuff kind of getting in your way. How you get past procrastination. How you deal with like taking a break and coming back to work, and that kind of stuff. Since you both are very accomplished YouTube creators, but Sean has taken a break and now he's come back, and you're thinking about going on a bit of a break, and you both have this big body of work. I think it would be interesting to talk about and to discuss like the challenges that go into that. So those are my thoughts. And I will basically be here to serve as a moderator, kind of steering the conversation, since I myself don't make videos or make very much that goes out on the internet. So but I have lots of questions. So.
You make videos. I've seen them.
Not all of them.
I think I saw most of them before you hid them, though.
That's true. I don't like to say I'm hiding them, but that's just me being insecure.
It's your creative. It's all part of the art.
What is art?
Oh, God.
So, Ron, you haven't heard the most recent podcast. It's not posted yet.
I listened to the one today where you talked to Sean about Deus Ex Machina.
Okay.
I can never say it correctly, so I'm going to say it wrong on purpose. I'm sorry.
You know the YouTube video that does the pronunciations?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's Justin Bieber, and it's like, Justine, yeah, Justine Bieber. Okay, so you have heard it. So
yeah, I put that up before I went to work at like 5 a.m.
I never know when the things come out because I hear the I get it earlier, obviously, but.
Well, normally you put it out later because I listen while I'm doing my laundry and packing for the next week, and then this morning I saw it on my way to go get my taxes done, and I was like, oh, this is like a weird week.
Yeah, you and Elaine both listened to it. Elaine texted me about it.
Well, anyway, yeah, that what is our question reminds me of Elaine's question. That why do you podcast question?
Well, that is the next episode.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit. Never mind. Yeah.
So did you already record one more, or?
We already have 2 more recorded.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yes.
This is actually podcast 12.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you know, yeah, we do have quite a buffer. And I don't know when this will be posted because I don't know. it could get
because it may be a giant flop.
No.
I'm not worried about that.
That was the one with the eggs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the eggs.
Before you revealed that there was like a theme to the podcast. I thought you guys were just randomly talking about whatever came to mind.
Eggs.
Just talking about eggs. Okay, cool. We also got it. We've gotten a little cutesy with one of the podcasts we just recorded. It's like a look back thing, and I think we kind of want to not get too wrapped up in ourselves.
We got to take it easy on the meta references.
I bet Sean included it. I even said when we started recording the look back episode, I don't even know if we've earned this look back episode yet.
But we're doing it.
Okay.
It's to bring on those new people that haven't that are just getting introduced.
It's true. Although if someone was looking for one to listen to, I would point them to like probably the Probably the app one, since so many people have told me like I downloaded this, I downloaded that.
Yeah, it actually worked.
It actually accomplished the thing that we wanted to accomplish. We may have to do that every 10 episodes. More apps.
Do we need to define anything up front? Like, do we need to go into more about what Minecraft is or anything else, or are you good with what we have so far?
I don't know. What do you think, Sean?
I don't think I'm worried about it.
Okay.
If probably anyone who's listening to this already either they knew what was going on when we did the Deus Ex Minecraft episode, or they just gave up. And
Yeah.
I'm not really that concerned.
Yeah, because I didn't want, for your benefit, didn't want to make this about Minecraft, but more about the creative stuff. So
Right.
if you guys are good, I was starting to talk, and then I was like, oh, if I'm explaining maps, but people don't really know what maps are, then so okay.
I feel like I want to add how Ron and I like ran into each other before
okay.
we move on to the next spot.
Do you want me to ask a question, or do you just want to jump in?
Well, why didn't you ask? Since you asked.
And scene.
All right, Mr. Smarty Pants, whatever. It's amazing how much Sean and I have become like I don't know, like husband and wife. It's weird. To this day, one of the most distinct honors that I can point to in my internet career is that in an update to that map, you created a bot for me and Sean, and I was I was like, yeah, man, I'm in Minecraft Mars mission. Eat it, suckers.
You have a pivotal role because in the story, okay, when you go to the Nether in Minecraft, your compass doesn't work, so you can't tell which direction you're pointing. And key to the story was a bot that tells you to go east, and there's a different bot on the other side of the camp that tells you which direction is east. And so because it's an open world and you can go talk to people in any order you want, if you don't hit those in the right order, you can become pretty confused and just wander off the path. And so I needed to add an update into the map, which would more directly or give people one more chance of understanding how to tell their direction. And so I believe, Carter, your bot is the one that actually tells them how to consistently tell which way is north, south, east, and west. So it was a very pivotal role that needed filling.
I'm always here to help people get back on the
It's funny, I just, while we're talking, I pulled up this notepad file that I have that I started writing down thoughts in the last couple weeks. And there's only 4 lines in it. And the first one is coincidence, which we talked about. Second one says audience. And then the third one says the tunnel at the end of the light, which I'm not sure how you work that into this podcast, but I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Awesome. This podcast has coincidentally become a podcast that is frequently about coincidence. And I remember when I was in college, I was a philosophy major, and I was an analytic philosophy major, and there was this divide between the analytic kids and the continental kids, and it doesn't really matter, but like the analytic kids were all about like language and computers, and they were nerds, and the continental kids were all about like reading French philosophy, and they were all, I remember distinctly this conversation I had with this girl about coincidence, and she's like, no, don't you understand, like how can one thing happen and another thing happen at the same time? How can you not see the relationship between them? And I'm like, because trillions of things happen all the time. It should be obvious that things like coincide. And I just totally blew her off, and I was like, you're dumb and whatever, go read your Jean-Paul Sartre, blah. And now, whatever, 5, 6, 7 years later, I just kind of want to go back to me then and be like, you idiot. Coincidence can be so important. Coincidence can like lead you down so many paths you wouldn't have walked in the first place.
Yeah. Can I tell you a story?
Please.
So my best man for my wedding, and a guy that I went to high school with and spent tons of time with, we were very close. Once I got married and he graduated school, we kind of grew apart, and he got into some things, and he moved to San Francisco, and we didn't talk for like 5-6 years. And one day I'm sitting in my hotel room, and I'm getting ready to go to a training class the following week in San Francisco, and I happened to get this porno spam email from another one of my college and high school friends, and I'm about to delete it, and I see this name in the to line, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's Dan. And I was like, he kind of grew apart from us all. It can't be him, but I'm like, on a whim, I email this address and I say, Dan, is that you? And he replies the same night, and he's like, yeah, how you been? And we got on the phone and talked, and it turns out that he lives in San Francisco, and I just happened to be going to San Francisco the next week, really for the first time I'd ever been there, and we're going to be in the same city. So we're like, okay, let's get together and have dinner or whatever. So then Monday comes, and I fly out to San Francisco, and I get a rental car, I park, and I'm walking into the building, the training facility, and I hear someone yell my name across the parking lot. And I'm like, that's weird. And I turn and look, and there's Dan working in the building that shares the parking lot with the building I was getting trained in. And it's like, okay, if I hadn't reached out to him the Thursday or Friday before, and we happened to talk, would he have seen me there? Like, would we have even known we were that close to each other? Or maybe he would have even been living in a different city. But because we happened to, touch base, and coincidentally, like, we were there in the same parking lot. It was really weird.
And it was all because of porn.
Yeah.
That was great, Ron. Thank you. That was even better than I had hoped it would go.
This might be the longest episode for very good reason.
Okay. Well, if you chop out whatever, I'm not at all offended. I don't know if I said I had been on the Landcast not too long ago, talked about similar subjects, and then I'm going to be on Nerd Parents. We haven't recorded it yet, but probably next month I'll be on talking about similar stuff. So
it's like, in the podcasting world, and Sean and I are a very small part of the podcasting world, it seems that people, when they kind of either begin or end a big project, they cycle through similar podcasts and talk about it, So I don't think that's super surprising that you just finish something big and have stuff to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just,
and it's coincidental.
Yeah. I'll say, quote unquote, about time that I got to talk to you both at the same time. I would love to do that more casually as well.
Yeah. So. It's funny, we were talking about all this stuff, and one thing that I've said multiple times to Sean about this podcast is the episodes can't be longer than 40 minutes. I refuse. It's just not and now that they're getting longer, I'm like, I actually like that they're getting longer. So it just goes to show you that it's just, all the planning, all the whatever, it's like eventually things just become what they become. Like, I love the last episode, and it was like 50 minutes long or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even really look at the times when I listen to podcasts. I rarely look at how long they are. I just listen to people,
Yeah.
So I
realize now how arbitrary it was. I shouldn't have even made that point.
Well, the nice thing is if people have a certain habit and they listen like while they're driving to work, right? You could cater to that audience. And some people, I would guess, if they don't finish the podcast in a particular week, they just don't ever finish it, and then they move on to the next one. So you probably do need to think about that kind of stuff. But to me, I pretty much have my earbuds in my ears 24/7 at this point.
Same.
So do we need to do a brought to you by?
Yeah.
Got ideas? Anybody got any ideas?
This is something about selling tickets to Mars or something.
Selling tickets to Mars? I don't get it.
Did
we talk about that, or did you
the Mars mission thing.
Oh, the Mars. I know the men. Okay.
Carter hasn't been listening.
About Martian compasses, or
about Mars would not be a bad thing.
Mm, mm, mm.
Martians raising money to develop compasses.
The Martian Children's Compass Relief Fund.
And elephant butthole doodles.
And Sean, you mentioned buttholes in yesterday's news.
Yes, I did.
But it was on zebras.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that you might even maybe that like
where the stripes point to the
right.
Yeah.
That was a really good episode, by the way. I didn't actually tell you that, but I laughed at all of your jokes.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you were doing like a joke show. You know, you sent that email about correspondence, and I was like, I need to see a couple episodes before I know what I want to propose.
Yeah, well, I do too, because I didn't put a special report in the first episode, and I won't in the second either, because I want to find the format and then expand it.
I was like, I was watching it and I'm thinking, oh, I can't do a correspondence on this. I'm like, I can't write a joke that would actually work in this format.
I said that to Sean off air on a previous podcast before I'd even seen yesterday's news. I kind of was getting like, I don't know about that. And now that I've seen it, I'm like, I really don't know if I can do anything for this. Because
yeah,
it's such quality.
I was like, I don't have a camera that looks like that. I don't have a mic that sounds like that. And I don't think I could come up with actual good content that. So
Ron and my special reports would have to sound like, you know, it's like we're reporting from the battlefield in Kosovo or whatever.
Yeah, like in a t-shirt in like with mussy hair and just sort of waxing on about whatever.
The natives never expected a typhoon of this magnitude. Justine Bieber. Justine Bieber.